Hi everyone, Danielle here from Learn Reiki Philadelphia. I'm so glad to have you here with me today. If you are new here, go ahead and click that live chat button. Feel free to introduce yourself and request any specific intentions or even specific crystals for your well-being. We're going to get things started off by building a beautiful crystal grid exactly to all of your requests. And after that, we're going to transition into a lovely 25-minute Reiki session for all of you. If you haven't already, please consider hitting that like button. And if you want to learn more about me, my live online Reiki certification classes, if you want to schedule a one-on-one distance healing or tarot reading, or if you want to shop my Reiki charged crystals, head on over to learnreikiphiladelphia.com. It's linked in the description below, along with all of my social media and my email newsletter. So thanks so much for being here. Let's dive right in and say hi to everyone. Awesome, so good to see you all. We're starting things off with our usual copper spiral. Copper helps to break up energy blockages and get the energy flowing optimally. So let's see what we have. Also, just I'm here 5 times a week, same days, same times. And on Wednesday, that's the one time I have a hard stop at 5:30. So just putting that out there because I have to teach Reiki. So let's see what we've got. I can definitely get to everybody's requests though. Oh, it's so good to see you all. Let's see, we've got Chris, Morgan, Lila, Endless Summer, welcome in. Nancy Webb, welcome in. Violet Integration, Jennifer Vata, good to see you both. And Patty and Key, we will see you when you get back from picking Key up from work. So, yay, awesome. So let's build this up. Wonderful to see you all. So we've got, okay, cool. So I'll get to Patty's requests in a little bit. And Jennifer Vatsa. You've got the case of like the frustrations and the annoyed at everything. Divine guidance, intuition, making decisions, not ignoring red flags, empowerment, confidence. As you boss fight your negative self-talk. Absolutely. Oh, I hear that. My favorite stone for battling back on negative self-talk and helping ourselves like see ourselves differently and not beat ourselves up is Epidote. I have done so much work around that. That's actually the big work that I did for myself during COVID. It's like I could hear what I was actually saying to myself and realizing I would never, ever speak to another person that way. And I started to deconstruct it, and it's been so immensely helpful. And this stone very much helped. Epidote's also great for the brain. It's indicated for things like Parkinson's and also for the nervous system as well as the skin. Also helps with injury and illness and recovering from them. So let's go ahead and bring that in. For the other ones, let's see. Bricks. Yes, the cleansing power of bricks. Absolutely. Fortunately, I don't have any at the moment, but next time I go to Newark, I will grab us some Brick City bricks. Let's see. So, rainbow fluorite, hematite, obsidian, and 10 bricks. Hematite. Obsidian. So one of my favorite stones for chaotic types of energy where it just feels like everything is up in the air, which I think a lot of us are really struggling with right now, is fluorite. So I'm going to go ahead and bring this in. This is whether you're dealing with chaos in the larger world or within your individual day-to-day life. And it can also comfort newborns and moms. So we've got green, clear, and purple. So I'm just going to bring those in. So that's, unfortunately, that's the only fluorite I have, but together they make a bit of a rainbow. Let's go ahead and do this. Hematite is very, very grounding, and it helps us to release a lot of energy. This is one that has been used as a method of spiritual healing pre-biblically, and it's written about in the Bible. This was thought to clear the energy of the body, which they very much saw as being within the blood. And this is hema being the prefix for blood in Greek. And if you look at it, the iron content gives it some hints of red. But yeah, very grounding and helps to just let our body naturally release the energies that no longer serve. So we'll bring in hematite. We've also got, you said obsidian, and I feel like mahogany obsidian's a good one for today. This one's excellent for releasing things like perfectionism and any kind of need for approval, feeling like we need someone else to validate or acknowledge our work, because it feels like we need that assurance, or that it's not really valid until somebody else gives it that stamp of approval. This kind of cancels that out and says, you got this. It's also helpful for things like vitality, physical strength, and it's thought to be helpful for things like carpal tunnel. But when it comes to things like meeting goals and releasing anger, this can be really helpful. So it sounds like that could be helpful for you with what's going on. So let's go ahead and bring this in. That is mahogany obsidian. Obsidian is volcanic glass. So all the best to you, and next time I go to Newark, I will definitely get us some bricks. Maybe I can have a friend send me some, because Brick City bricks are like none other, and I did grow up there. I'll try to get them from farther away from the Agent Orange factory, because there's still a lot of dioxin. It's sad but true. The way we treat the environment is just shameful. Joanna Sparkles, good to see you. Vic, wonderful to see you again. Mystic Rider. Oh, good for you. You faced a fear. You're doing your thing. You're pursuing your soul plan. I'm so happy for you. I can absolutely support that. Angie, welcome in. Prosperity, you got it. Okay, cool, good stuff. I will get to everybody's requests, but I'm going to have to go a little faster than normal because I do have a hard stop time at 5:30. So, Violet integration, positive outcome from an upcoming court case for your significant other, ease and surrender. Absolutely. So for legal stuff, let's do aquamarine and sapphire. Sapphire helps with like speedy justice. It's also wonderful for things like dementia, the thyroid, and the eyes and ears. But it's a very powerful stone of connection to your angels, channeling, and mediumship. So that is raw sapphire in its purest form. It's great for envisioning positivity in times of change as well. And it sounds like a lot of us have that on tap. So let's bring in some sapphire. Next, I'll bring in aquamarine. In addition to balancing all of the fluids in the body, this is a stone that helps bring about a may justice prevail kind of vibe, and it really holds a good space for that. It also discourages like really petty, nasty, immature types of behavior. I often jokingly call it the anti-Karen stone, but it's great for forgiveness too. Forgiveness on all levels and for any reason. So whether it's I forgive you to set myself free, or I forgive you to give you another chance, or anything near it, it's wonderful for that. It's also helpful for the teeth and gums. So we'll bring that in. Ease and surrender. I like that. Fluorite helps. Feel like the stone that keeps jumping out when I think about it for you is malachite. And malachite is one we often use. This helps with letting go. especially of things that are really heart-centered, things that we have a hard time letting go of because it's like a bittersweet letting go. And for those of you who are letting things go to step into your future, this is an excellent stone. It helps us with processing even the really deep, difficult emotions so that we can leave the past behind and move forward without being held back by the past. This helps with also things like phobias and fears, as well as insomnia, arthritis, inflammation, as well as digestion and like the body purifying itself, the liver, the pancreas, the spleen, all of those good organs that help us to process everything that we bring into our body. So I feel like that will help. So all the best to you, hon. All the best, and all the best to your significant other. Nancy Webb, healing for CPTSD, child abuse. Integrate and accept your shadow side as well as your inner child. I love that. And to live your true, authentic self. Do you have to... Okay, Vic has a great question. Do we have to state our stuff if someone else states it? Or would it work for you also? It'll totally work for you also. Also, if there's something that you don't want to say out loud or in such a big public venue, you can always just kind of take a deep breath, close your eyes, and think about it, and just ask the universe to support it. Maybe I'll be motivated to like pick a stone that also supports that. But yeah, it'll work for you too, especially if you just ask the universe for your intentions. You don't have to put it in the chat, but you certainly can if you want to. So good question. Okay, awesome. So let's go back up here. So for Nancy Webb, let's see. I've got some great stones for that. Integrating and accepting. So integrating shadow healing. I'm going to bring in Septarian. We've been working with this quite a bit because a lot of us are working with like the really deep shadow type stuff right now. You'll see as you're here that a lot of times, whatever the vibe is, all of our individual situations might be completely different, but the larger theme we often echo each other. It happens all the time here. So Septarian is really helpful for understanding like the underlying causes, root beliefs, habits, and things that we may have internalized from past traumas, helping to find those and root them out so we can move forward more easily. Definitely aids shadow work in the deepest of ways. Also helps us to be even really vulnerable during our healing path. Helps on the physical level for skin and healing, especially wounds. And it's great for muscle spasms, muscle pain, muscle weakness. Also helps with the solar plexus and identifying your sense of self. Hey, come on up. And it's good for phobias. And there's a kitty coming by. Hey, come on up, Patty. You want to say hi? You want to say hi? You're not sure? Okay. So we have a kitty blessed your request, and shadow side as well as inner child. Let's bring in some moss agate. On the physical level, this is helpful for any kind of infection or any physical imbalance that you're trying to even out. On a spiritual level, it's excellent for exactly what you're requesting. Help with connecting with, healing, and reintegrating inner child, as well as higher self. It's also wonderful for feeling connected to spirit and unconditional love, and in general, just connection with nature too. Very much connection with nature and any fears and phobias too. And we have a Hattie. Hey Hattie, you want to say hi? No, Hattie. You got some purrs? Yeah, you got them purrs. Thank you, Hattie. You're a good girl. You're a good girl. Yes. Aw. And living your true, authentic self. So I hope that this helps. And we're also going to do feel like this can be really helpful for everything you're mentioning. This will help kind of break up that really stuck energy so it can move out a little easier. This is tourmalinated quartz. That's black tourmaline going through quartz. And black tourmaline kind of rejects negative energy and pushes it away. Also helps with, because it's going through quartz, it breaks up really old stuck energy, especially stuff from childhood. Tourmalinated quartz can be black tourmaline going through any kind of quartz. In this case, it's going through green quartz, which makes it even more appropriate for the heart chakra and matters of emotional importance. This also helps with anything from childhood, as well as emotional trauma in general. So what you're mentioning, I have CPTSD from slightly different stuff. But also helps with travel, protection during travel, helps with cardiac blockages, helps with fortune and luck as well. And for anyone looking for a new job or stream of revenue or income, black tourmaline really can help with finding those new ways to get financial support. So all the best to you, Nancy. I'm glad that you're here, and I hope that this helps. And all the best to you on your healing path. Your right foot and toes needing healing endless summer. Absolutely. So if it's like skin and tissue healing, definitely let's see, I've got a couple in there that'll help. The epidote will help for sure, as well as pain and inflammation. Malachite can be really helpful. I'm also going to bring in howlite, because you're saying feet and toes, and that's definitely some joints and probably also some of the bones. And howlite can be excellent for joints as well as bones. This is one that helps with anything related to calcium and magnesium, but strength of bones, health of joints, release of joint pain, helps with teeth, hair, and bones in general. Also excellent for anger, resentment, and frustration, because those are such challenging emotions. This can help kind of take the sting out so that you can think logically and figure out what you want to do with the root causes. And are you giving me kisses, little kitty? Yes, you are. Yes. Good girl. So I hope that that helps. And what else can help? Polychrome jasper helps with the lower extremities for sure, as well as anything involving movement. And it can also help to like reignite our passions in life, things that we have lost our excitement for. It's wonderful for joints and all of the extremities, but particularly the lower body, including very much the feet. This helps with motivation, breaking up that sense of apathy and indifference some of us get if we feel stuck. This can help that as well. Also helps with the Earth Star chakra, which is beneath the root, which helps us to enact our soul's purpose. And I definitely see for a lot of you that is absolutely on tap. So I hope that that helps Endless Summer. And I'm glad that you are here. Safe travels. So Lalo Ray, safe travels for your son Christopher, and clarity of mind and focus. Tourmalinated quartz helps with protection during travel, as does moonstone. Moonstone can look a lot of different ways. This is helpful for connecting to any kind of lunar magic. We're getting right up against the Leo new moon as well, so this will help any of you working with that. It helps with connection to divine timing as well as attracting love. Very protective of travelers, and awareness of and learning wisdom. Anything involving women's health and women's protection, but also good for anybody who's traveling in general. So we'll bring this in. Okay, so that is moonstone. So all the best to your son and to you. Clarity of mind and focus. Let's go ahead and bring in some Bumblebee Jasper. Bumblebee Jasper is a very unique stone. It's got high concentrations of sulfur as well as arsenic, and it is a really pretty stone. Sometimes it's brighter yellow. I have another specimen you've probably seen being here before, but this one you can see it pretty well. There's everything from yellow to gray, and Bumblebee Jasper is great for mental focus and sharpness, clarity of mind, making decisions, which for a lot of us moving forward, and it's like following your soul's purpose, this will help with making those decisions. It's great for collaborative work and empowering anything that you're manifesting. So also positivity, confidence, and working together, like collaborative or group work. This has this whole like, let's get together and get the job done kind of energy, whether that's you being on your own or working in tandem with others. There we go. So that is Bumblebee Jasper. Definitely has arsenic. Definitely do not make direct water infusions. I never suggest making direct water infusions, but especially not with Bumblebee Jasper. But it's very helpful for what you requested, and I hope you're doing well. Jenny, I hope you're doing well. Awesome. You're very welcome, Nancy. Okay, cool. I want to make sure I get everybody's request. So we had... I'm going to get a couple of Chris's requests real quick. Also, Morgan, help with owning your own power, to see the process in a positive light rather than the initial reaction to shy away from it. Yeah, a little bit of confidence. Oop. Hey, where are you going? Little Hattie jumped down. Hey. Oh, she sees her sister under the bed. She's going to go for nap time. See the process in a positive light. Sapphire will help. Sapphire will help, but there's other ones too. Holding your own power, red jasper. This works with the root chakra, so vital needs, primal urges, fight or flight, as well as fighting injustice and bullying, standing up for yourself, and great for emotional support, grounding, feeling rooted, feeling connected to your purpose, and able to stand up and do what you need to do. Very good for psychic protection and spiritual protection as well. So let's bring this in. Red jasper, I feel, is like, in my opinion, one of the most underrated healing stones. So let's bring this in. That is red jasper. And I'm going to bring in green onyx. We often use this for grief and sadness, and it is superb for that, including when you get like emotional shutdown, just like you're stuck in your tracks. But on a deeper level, it's also great for moving forward despite pain and reticence. It kind of like supports you from the heart to see what you're capable of. And it's also wonderful for making decisions that line up with and affirm your highest good. So that's green onyx. So between the qualities of red jasper and green onyx, I think that's a good blend for you, as well as the sapphire, like seeing positive outcomes in a really up in the air kind of scenario that can really help. So I hope you're doing well. Prosperity for Angie. Let's go ahead. I'm manifesting abundance, especially when it comes to finances, and it helps with making good decisions around our finances so we can make the most of it. It's also great for addictions and compulsions, as well as balancing logic with intuition, which is something everyone could use a little more of from one side or the other, but it is just so helpful in the decision-making process, as well as nausea and things like that. So we'll go ahead and bring this in. Logic and intuition, for those of you who tend more towards logic and using the analytical mind, this helps integrate more information from your spiritual side. And those of you who listen to your spiritual side and have a hard time balancing that with logic and using them together, this can do quite the opposite. So it really is a powerful helper in how we move forward in general. So there we go. So I hope that that helps. And pyrite, it's fool's gold. It helps bring in the real gold for sure. It's additionally wonderful for protection and for aiding intuition, so that you'll get the messages from spirit you need, but not be opening too many doors, if you know what I mean. Helps also with fever, the lungs. Oh, here, we can do this here. As well as the brain and memory. And it's also really helpful when it comes to side effects of radiation treatment. So we will bring this in. So that's pyrite. So all the best to you, and thank you for being here, Angie. Chris, thank you for that. Housing luck for me, Jen and Allison. I actually got to look at an apartment today, and I really like it. And it sounds like I doubt there'd be any issues. Knock on all the wood and all the things and all the things and all the things. It sounds like it shouldn't be a problem with the application. There's nothing wildly out of control about it. No massive like pet rent or anything like that, or any other nonsense like I've seen. And it's not far from where I live now. It's like just within blocks of where I live now. Like I could walk there to go see it. So we'll put some intention towards that coming through, hurrying up speed. It would even be able for me to move my stuff in like on the 31st, so I can be out before the 1st here, which would be ideal. So yay, I hope it works. And it's a 1-bedroom, not just a studio. I'm really excited. So good news for that. And we've got, and it's definitely a miracle spot. It's almost like, why is this available? And I checked into the company. It's like, oh, this is a good company. Thanks everyone for the energy work. Thank you, Reiki. So Mystic Rider, you left your sales job to pursue your soul plan. Good for you. Trying to see what else I can do to help support. Awesome. So let's go ahead and support you in your soul's purpose. So let's go ahead and bring out, let's see. Larimer can help, and I definitely have seen a few of you putting requests around that, so I'm thinking of all of you too. Larimer can be very helpful with connecting to our unique soul's purpose with a sense of confidence, knowing that our path is not meant to look like anyone else's, and it will feel like we're a pioneer in a sense. This very much encourages that. This also helps to balance out the ego with the sense of self, which is super important for anyone on a healing path. So we'll bring that in. I'm also going to bring in Chrysocolla. This helps with encouraging you on your soul's path and along on your spiritual purpose. It helps with connecting with new ways of expressing yourself through creativity, which can really help you get to know yourself and connect with how you're transitioning into a new way of life, and making decisions that are in alignment with your highest good. So it's another stone to support that. And I'm so happy for you. Yay. bring in a few of Chris's requests. So let's bring in... Yes. I hear you mewing at me. I know. How are you? Yes, Hattie. Yes, Hattie. Aventurine. Apatite. Garnet. Okay. Rhodochrosite helps with mother-child bonding and also with any kind of healing around a breakdown of that mother-child relationship and the wounds around it. So that's rhodochrosite. This is also good for asthma, stress, headaches, telepathy, especially connecting with ancestors and even our deceased pets. So that's rhodochrosite. Aventurine is wonderful for all of you that are working towards your soul's purpose. This is one that helps you to connect with a higher vision of your soul's potential and helping you to see yourself as you are, not as you were, seeing that you are capable of more than you think. It's great for allergies, eye problems, fertility, and heart rhythms as well. So we'll bring that in. It's a deeply encouraging stone. So that's aventurine. If you feel like, oh, I can't learn that, I can't do that, aventurine is a stone that says, oh, hang on, let's see. Let's see if we can. There we go. And blue apatite. This one is helpful for connecting with our soul's purpose and having the courage to stay that course and act with it and move along with it. It's also helpful for strengthening your auric field, that's your energy field, so that you're less likely to take on the energy of others. And it's wonderful for anything around your relationship with food, whether that's just shifting it to healthy or whatever that looks like for you, whether it's weight loss or weight gain. This is a wonderful stone to help you with that. So let's go ahead and put that on top of our moonstone. Go. Whoop. Rose quartz we're all familiar with. This is one that also makes it easier to embrace what is to come and to let go of the past. Very consistent and supportive, loving energy that helps us to move to a higher state of being as far as the heart center, the center of compassion, and helps us to let go of what no longer serves in a different way than other stones by reminding us that there's other better things that can come in to take the place of the past. So that is rose quartz. There we go. Garnet is very helpful for moving forward with creativity, practicality, and using your time in a really great way. It helps with organization. It's deeply encouraging. It helps with strength in times of change, and there's a lot of change going around in here. And also just figuring out the best ways to use our time so that we can have more life in our day, if you know what I mean. It's great for organizing if you're looking to get more organized. There we go. And ruby helps with courage to be who you are and just be yourself. It's also a great stone for management and really leadership skills. It helps with fibromyalgia as well as love and fertility. I love using it alongside garnet. So I'm going to put them together. It's like the two of them work together to be a great leader, whether that's leading your own life, leading others, whatever that might look like for you. It helps you to move forward very pragmatically and also feeling like you can be yourself as you do it. And we'll come back to the rest of your requests too. Hello, Missy. What was the name of the stone again before the rose quartz? I believe that was blue apatite. This is blue apatite. Oh yeah, it was. Okay, Jenny got it. Yeah, blue apatite is a really powerful stone for quite a few things, but it's a wonderful emotional healer. There's also what it looks like when it's tumbled and raw, and like, here's some bigger specimens. This is a larger raw piece, and this is tumbled. It's hard to find as jewelry, and if it has been found as jewelry, it's been treated because it's a very soft stone. So yeah, blue apatite. And thank you, Jenny. Okay. Wow, lots of people with legal stuff, like yes, second it, yes, third it. We all tend to overlap each other, huh? I'm sorry to hear that, but I really hope it all gets resolved. If it makes any difference, I did do the tarot for all 12 signs for August, which are still up. You can still view them. It's still definitely valid for the next 2 weeks. There was a lot of justice and things like that, like resolution, things coming to a head, the truth coming out. So yeah, know that was there, like a lot of karma resolution and things. So I hope that helps with all of you. So Patty, request for divine guidance for the transitions, like God winks for you, and now what for me? Yeah, guidance is really helpful. I would say let's do blue kyanite. This can help us to understand the spiritual wisdom that we get. Sometimes we get signs from our guides, but I mean, they know a lot, but they don't know everything, and they're also not in human form currently, which makes it a little harder for them to understand what we can and can't understand. So this one is helpful for us to be able to take the messages, acknowledge them and see them for what they are, and make the most of them and understand them. Also helpful for accepting yourself exactly as you are, and certain types of neurological concerns. So that is blue apatite. Yeah, do you agree? Do you agree, Hattie? Yeah. Yeah. So that is blue kyanite. Okay, so I hope that helps. And let's get to Patty and Key's requests. Intentions are the same as yesterday. Karmic fruition, reaping the rewards of what we've sown, pain assistance, boosting balance and harmony, and Key's guts. Gotcha. Oh, hey, we've got a Hattie again. You wanted to come back. Yeah, you did. Yeah. Good girl. You're doing good. And let's do, so Dalmatian jasper for Key. This can help with any number of digestive issues. There we go. Whether it's Crohn's, IBS, acid reflux, anything like that. It can also help with, in general, just clearing our energy field. Just like tourmalinated quartz, this has black tourmaline going through it. And then this particular stone, that helps with, as black tourmaline repels negative energy, this can really help with clearing our whole energy field. It brings about a big sense of cooperation. It's also a great stone if you feel like you're getting really like jaded or cynical. This can help kind of break that up. So it's also one that I use when folks are like, yeah, I've gotten out of one work situation that was really toxic and I don't want to take any toxicity I've internalized with me to my new job. That's a good one. And let's see. Reaping the rewards for what we've sown. Gotcha. I would say let's go ahead and bring in that crazy lace agate like you mentioned and requested for Dell. This is crazy lace agate, and one of the things that it does is it works with spider magic. And spider magic is like the web of life and the web of karma. So this can help with that. Can also help with phobias and in general courage, but in a big way, balance. When it comes to the energy field itself, it works with the heart and the solar plexus. So your center of self, personal identity, free will, putting your sense of what you want and need in life forward, and your sense of compassion as well. This is also helpful for physical energy. So if you've been feeling really like blah, physical energy, this and Bumblebee Jasper can be really helpful. And it's also helpful for just confidence, protection, as well as the skin, eyes, and even speech. So we'll bring this in. And also when it comes to karmic stuff, Lemurian quartz is really helpful. This is one that can be really resonant with like the past life and past and like childhood healing. So this will also help with the requests that we had for Nancy. This will be really helpful for you also. This is, like I said, childhood and past lives, even if you can't remember your past lives. This helps to release the emotional pain attached to the past so you can move forward a little bit more easily. It's also helpful for learning about yourself on the spiritual healing journey, and that can be incredibly empowering. That takes what we're learning and makes it not just what we've learned today for this particular healing, but it also makes us more readily able to make changes in the future that are in our best interest. So that's very helpful. So I hope that that helps. And pain assistance, we have malachite. Let's bring in lapis. Lapis helps with pain and inflammation, as does malachite. This also can be really helpful when it comes to honesty, integrity, moving forward with like honoring your commitments, as well as personal responsibility. It also aids things like disorganization. It's very helpful for moving up in your career, as well as anything with the inner ears like vertigo and hearing loss, but great for pain and inflammation. There we go. So that'll help. And I put in Septarian, which I know has been helpful for you. Let's see, Jenny and V. Jenny, intention, strength to do work on yourself. When I finally face mental health worksheets, I become highly emotional or so drowsy I fall asleep right there. Yeah, I can understand that. That's almost like a shutdown mode for me. I don't know if it is for you, but when it's something that feels overwhelming, all of a sudden I feel just really tired, like I need to take a nap sometimes. Let's see. Let's bring in some blue calcite. This is a good stone for emotional first aid. It's also wonderful for soothing the emotional pain, and when you find it difficult to verbalize the emotions, this can be really helpful. It's also good for bringing clarity and revelations, like big truths kind of coming together, and aids in decision making while you're still healing. So it's a really powerful emotional healer, but also helps with the communication around what you're feeling. So if you're talking about like mental health worksheets around it, that can help you with like accessing and expressing those emotions. So that's blue calcite, and the septarian can be very helpful. I also want to bring in snowflake obsidian. It just intuitively, it just seems like it wants to come in. This is a great stone for guilt, but also for seeing those patterns and like the root causes of those patterns, for things like habits that we have, things that we do to help keep us going that have become like almost maladaptive types of things. It helps with overstimulation and in general just balancing the mind, body, and spirit. Very helpful for hope and serenity, especially after a time of loss. It can bring a lot of inner peace. It also helps with clairaudience, which is our intuitive hearing. So let's go ahead, and it's another stone too that's very helpful for very helpful for shadow healing. So I know that that hits a lot of notes for a lot of you. Shadow healing is going to those parts of us that hurt, that are like our tender spots, almost like our Achilles tendons. We go, or our Achilles heels in that sense, where we go into the parts that are the scariest to do that work. So on that note, let's bring in some Numite. Numite is highly protective, including of our spiritual stuff, like your tarot cards or anything else you might use. It helps to keep your things protected, but it's also wonderful for going into the deepest parts of ourselves and working on it. And these, as it's really dark in and of itself, and then you see these flashes of gold, these flashes of light that come out of it, that's really how it's thought of. It's almost like when we go to the deepest, darkest parts of our being, we get rewarded with these glimpses of brilliance, these this wisdom from spirit that comes in and says, hey, wait a minute, there's some fruit for your labors here. So that's Numite, Nuummite. This is mined in Greenland, only about 7 months of the year because the rest of the time it's too frozen. Additionally, these are helpful for any kind of work around death and dying work, working with paranormal type stuff. Very protective, like I said. And anytime that you're working near, like close to the veil, spiritually speaking, this can help. So we'll bring that in. Dragon's blood, I know for Patty, this is going to be really helpful. You've been enjoying this stone. This actually has epidote in it, which is so interesting. But this helps with optimism, wisdom, and happiness in general. But it also helps with things like grief and self-pity, loss, kind of like when we're experiencing grief and loss, it's okay to just experience those feelings. That's part of the healing process. It's natural, it's healthy. But then there's times where we can kind of sink into that and not want to let go of it. It can become part of our identity. We can become enveloped in self-pity. This helps to discourage that part of it. It's helpful for having patience with yourself as well as learning mistakes, and for balancing the nervous system. Also strength and courage, and it's indicated to help the thyroid. So that is Dragon's Bloodstone. Sometimes it goes by Dragonstone. Other times, if you look up Dragonstone, you'll actually see Septarian. So they go by different names. So I'll bring that in too. There we go. Hey, Goddess of Four. Lisa, I hope you're doing well. Oh, Missy, this came up on your feed today. I'm so glad to hear that. I'm glad that you're enjoying it. Yeah, let me know if there's anything I can do to support any of your intentions for healing. And, okay, so I'm going to take the last requests now so that we can transition into the Reiki because I have a hard stop time. So, Mom's continued recovery from her fall, Lyme, vertigo, sister's sight, brother's heart, everyone else's arthritis. Luck in practical matters, finances, cars, support around joints. Okay, good. So a lot of those we actually touched on. Vertigo, we have lapis. Lyme, we've been using moss agate for that, and we have moss agate in here. Recovery from her fall, illness and injury is epidote is very helpful for that. To some extent, malachite. I'm going to bring in shungite. This definitely helps with physical recovery, tissue repair, and with clearing our energy field. This also helps to release a lot of emotional stress, energy blockages in general, as well as just emotional pain can help relieve it. Wonderful for those of you who might be sensitive to electromagnetic kinds of drain. Those of you who are sensitive to being around certain types of electronics, this can be helpful. But it's excellent for tissue repair, physical recovery, and healing after anything. For arthritis, we have malachite and howlite. Finances, etc., we have our trusty citrine and pyrite. Balanced energy and a healthy lifestyle. We have apatite, or blue apatite, as well as bumblebee jasper. So we're good there. And for eyesight, we have aventurine. Oh, your brother's heart. Aventurine can be good for the heart too, but let's bring in some unakite. We'll also put the intention that this helps Jenny's sister-in-law who's pregnant. This can also aid in quitting smoking, but it's helpful for good marriage and relationships, all aspects of women's health and hormones, especially prenatal and postpartum, and for metabolism. But it's also wonderful for the heart and circulation of body fluids. This and aquamarine together make a really potent combo, and we do have aquamarine in here. So we'll put in the unakite. So unakite. And I hope that helps, Lisa. It's wonderful to see you. And Goddess of Four, fast money abundance. Okay. And red tiger eye helps with protection as well as calling on fast financial support. Red tiger eye protects from spiritual types of things. And oh, you got approved for the apartment, Allison. Yes, that's what we want to hear. Red tiger eye, highly protective on the spiritual level and the mundane. Excellent for calling on financial support in a hurry. You're welcome, Lisa. So we'll bring some of this in. Next, I will bring in some Amazonite. Amazonite helps with the spine as well as the spinal nerves. I'm so happy to hear that, Allison. It's also great for self-respect and self-care, especially for those of us who tend to favor other people and our obligations and taking care of other people before we think of ourselves, this can help to maintain a sense of balance, remind us that we not only deserve self-healing or deserve care, but we deserve the exact quality caliber of care that we show to others. And so that is Amazonite. Chalcopyrite, among other things, is wonderful for executive function, which is thinking and planning. There we go. Thinking, planning, even finding things that are lost. It's good for a number of things, and it's actually the gold that you see in here alongside that clear quartz. So I'm going to go ahead and bring this in for you. And energy for smooth transition, fuchsite, opal. Okay, so fuchsite helps with joy, fun, just for the sake of fun, as well as self-care in general. Also helps with inner child work, which we did have a request about, as well as carpal tunnel, spinal alignment, and sleep disturbances. So that is fuchsite. Okay, and opal is highly protective. This is one that's been used by many shamanic cultures to essentially like cloak someone that's doing really good energy healing work so that they won't, or any kind of work, any kind of shamanic work, so that they won't be noticed by negative entities or anything that is not doing the greater healing good kind of energy. So it's almost like protects by like keeping one hidden. So we'll go ahead and bring that here. So that's opal. Okay, awesome. I'm so happy for you, Allison. Okay, so last one, leopard skin jasper. And we're going to put the intention because we have a lot of good transition stones. This one is going to be leopard skin jasper is wonderful for all animals, our animal companions, and our animal guides, and hearing them and being connected with them. But because this is such a healing stone for animals and our animal companions, we'll also intend that this help to provide a good, solid, wonderful home for your animals in your new space. It's helpful also for coordination and balance, which will help Lisa's mom, and for attracting a soulmate, if that's something you're looking for. It also helps with anything impacting the skin. So let's go ahead and bring this in. Thank you all so much for inspiring this beautiful grid. I'm going to go ahead and explain what Reiki is, a little of how it works, and how to make the most of your session, and to help boost the energy of where you're at and the space that we're all sharing, if you wouldn't mind helping. One of the most powerful energy shifters is gratitude. So go ahead into the comments, hit that like button if you haven't already, and just anything that you are grateful for, anything at all, go ahead and put it in the chat. It'll help shift your feelings internally. It'll help shift the energy of your space too. And if it's something you'd rather keep to yourself, you can just close your eyes, take a breath, and just reflect on all the things you're grateful for, and you can feel that shift too. So I'm going to go ahead and explain the Reiki, and then we're going to get into the session. And congrats, Allison. So I'm Danielle from Learn Reiki Philadelphia, and if you saw the beginning, you'll know that I'm the owner of Learn Reiki Philadelphia, and if you want to learn more about my live online Reiki certification courses, if you want to schedule a one-on-one healing or tarot reading, or if you want to shop my crystal collection, head on over to learnreikiphiladelphia.com to learn all about it. So what is Reiki? Well, Reiki it has become like a general catch-all term for energy healing. Specifically, I work with Usui Reiki, which is a technique and method of using this energy created by Mikao Usui in the early 1920s in Japan. And given what was going on in Japan at that time, this needed to be a practice that was while being incredibly spiritual, also very secular, which it is. And I think that's a big part of why it resonates with us here in the West. The concept of what energy is, we're best to look at Shintoism, the indigenous spirituality of Japan, in which everyone and everything has a soul. And all of those souls are interconnected. Spirit, however you define it, is providing that beautiful life-affirming energy. And that's what Reiki translates to, spiritually guided soul energy. So essentially what I'll be doing today is using Usui's techniques to connect to that energy, which is already flowing through you and me and everyone and everything else, whether we're consciously aware of it or not. And I'll basically connect to that energy and send more of it to you, or direct more of it to you. That will support your body, mind, and spirit to do what they're already doing in your greatest interest, to do it even better. During the session, you may feel some physical sensations, emotions may rise up or get released. Mentally, you may be able to think some things through or even hear your subconscious. Spiritually, you may get a deep clarity or intuition, and you may just fall asleep and have a wonderful nap, which is also amazing. Whatever the case is, your session is going to be the perfect combination of all of the above for you in this moment. So how to make the most of it? Just go ahead and you have an open heart and mind just by being here. So find a place to sit or lie down that feels comfortable for you. And that's really it. Just sort of be open. You can also move around. You don't have to be still. If you want to stretch, bend, journal, play music, whatever feels right to you in this 25 minutes is the most healing thing for you. So there's no wrong way to enjoy this. You don't have to focus on anything, and you do not have to keep your mind silent. Quite the opposite. But if you do want to reconnect with the energy and go a little deeper, if you get distracted, just take a deep breath in and out, and you'll slowly deepen into the session. During the session, I will turn the lights down. You'll notice the light moving from one color to the next slowly and evenly. There will be no flashing or strobing. And the music, if you'd like to learn more about our musical creator, she's linked at the bottom of the description. At the end of the 25-minute session, you'll hear my voice. I'll encourage you to take a deep breath in and out, and then I'll re-engage with chat to see if you have any questions or anything to share. You can always put those questions in the comments later, or reach out to me through my website at learnreikiphiladelphia.com, and I'll be happy to answer you there. I'm here 5 times a week, same days, same times. So if you want to join live, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. So hopefully you'll get the notifications to remind you that I'm here. And additionally, Reiki doesn't even need you to be here at the live time. So if you're watching this as a video replay, hello from the past, you're going to be able to access this healing just the same. Also, for those of you who are here live, if you ever feel like you need a Reiki session or a little pick-me-up and I'm not live, go ahead and check out the past live streams playlist and enjoy any of the past healing live streams to support your greater well-being. And the energy will be there for you, because we are limited to being in one place at one time, but that doesn't apply to the Reiki. So whenever you're finding this video, all the healing blessings for you. And for those of you who are here live, thank you. It's an honor and a blessing to share this healing with all of you. So let's go ahead back in, take a look at that grid, and get into the healing. Thank you all so much for your gratitudes too. Ooh, pretty. Oh, that came out really nice. Let's see, I'll bring these in too. I love it. Well done, everybody. So go ahead, get nice and cozy. Thanks for being here. Enjoy this Reiki. Just simply be on your end of things. Just take a deep breath whenever you feel you need to. I'll be here. And yeah, I'll see you in about 25 minutes. I invite you now to take a deep breath in and out. Slowly come back to your body. Move your fingers and toes. Welcome in, Natalie and Martha. Hope you're both well. Sorry I have to cut things just a little bit short today, but Wednesdays I do have my Reiki class that I teach at 5:30. Let me know if you have any questions, anything to share. I'm so glad it was a good session. You're welcome, Jennifer. And so, yeah, for those of you who are coming in a little late, I looked at an apartment today. It sounds very good. It looks very good. I'll let you know when I find out for sure. But yeah, it's just a few blocks from where I live now, so. It's Bumblebee Jasper in the center. You're welcome, Lisa and Jenny. You're so welcome, Missy. Yeah, I'm here 5 times a week. Same days, same times. The dates and times are listed in the description, so feel free to come back anytime. Wonderful to have you here. I'm so glad I showed up in your page. You're so welcome, Martha. It's good to see you. I hope things are going well. So if anyone has any questions, go ahead and let me know. Wow, I think that's the most people we've ever had for the Wednesday share. This is always, or the Wednesday session. This is always our smallest session because it's earlier in the day. Oh, awesome, Missy. We look forward to seeing you again. Awesome. Thank you all so much for being here. I truly enjoy sharing this with all of you. Thank you so much for all of your ongoing support. It means so much. So I'm going to go ahead and get ready to bring the stream to a close with all the gratitude. I hope you all have a beautiful rest of your day. Remember to take care of yourselves. And of course, if you do have a question you think of afterwards, you can leave it in the comments, or you can reach out to me through my website, linked in the description, learnreikiphiladelphia.com. So thanks so much for being here. Have a beautiful rest of your day. I hope to see you again soon, and bye for now.